Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Steve Gonzalez. I just want to wish everyone a happy Cinco de Mayo. I had the privilege of hanging out with the Spartacus crew today, and we barbecued, so that was an excellent time. As you can see, I'm a little sunburnt today. Over the weekend, I was outside quite a bit, so it was really sunny here in South Carolina. But this past couple of days, it's been raining pretty intensely, so that's really not cool. But I wanted to kind of get into some networking tips for you guys, because I'm going to be going to a Mashable event next week in Atlanta, and I had a few questions asked the last time I spoke. But before I get into that, one of the things I want to talk about was I like to read, Wall Street Journal, TechCrunch, Mashable, and a couple other, publications that kind of interest me, and it's pretty much I read them every morning. One of the real topics that kind of jumped out at me, and I actually read through most of the articles involving it, was Apple trying to buy Twitter. And a lot of what I did, was read the comments, kind of get the vibe of how people feel about this, and if they think that that's possible or whatever. And pretty much what I got, the flavor that I got, was that most people don't think that that's the right choice for Apple. Most people don't think that Apple's going to do that, and so on. But one thing I think is that I really think that does make sense for Apple, and this is why. I think it makes sense because Apple does a fantastic job at product placing and celebrity settings. In celebrity environments, they do a fantastic job. Twitter has obviously done a fantastic job, with the onset of Oprah and Ashton Kutcher, whatever, as far as attracting celebrities and creating this coolness about Twitter for celebrities. So I think that mashed together makes sense for both of them. But I think also everyone's overlooking the power of Twitter's search. You have to remember Google, Microsoft, and now Amazon's on the table are interested in Twitter. And their search feature is so powerful. I think if Apple gets in this game, it's gonna change everything. So I don't think it's out of the question. But you guys can find me online somewhere, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever, and we can talk about it. Another thing I want to talk about was the networking, right? So I'm going to go to this event next week. And the question that I got asked was, the last time I spoke, was, how do I get more personable, or how do I become more outgoing? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I think the first answer is, first of all, be yourself. Don't try to be anyone else. Don't try to be all crazy if you're not really crazy. Focus on being yourself, first of all. But second, focus on being uncomfortable at least 2 or 3 times per event. I know that sounds crazy because I just told you to be yourself, but really, you want to sweat a little bit, you want to get out, and you want to meet different people. And if you're feeling comfortable, you're obviously not thinking outside the box, right? So I think if you go to these events, feel a little bit uncomfortable, and at least 2 or 3 times. And one of the things I'm seeing a strong focus on is the initial contact of people is through these social networks, the Twitters and the Facebooks and stuff. And most of the time, people have never met in real life. And so when you do that and your initial contact is online, focus on trying to get in front of that person. If you feel that it's going to add value to your professional life or your personal life or whatever, get in front of that person, shake their hand, buy them coffee, do whatever you have to do. But the real in-life connection is where it's at. So focus on that. And secondly, I wanted to make a couple of shout-outs. I'm pretty involved with Twitter. A couple of people I enjoy and I see them as resources is at Latte or at Latoy. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's how you say it, if I killed your name. And at The Brand Builder. And I'll link those up at the bottom. I suggest you guys follow them. I use them as resources. They're very, very cool people. I wanted to congratulate at Smelly Sense, and I'll link that up at the bottom. And also, I think that's enough for shoutouts, but I just wanted to congratulate Shelly at Smelly Sense for completing the Eugene, Oregon Marathon. So congrats on that. If you guys find her online, congratulate her. And other than that, have a fantastic Cinco de Mayo, and I will see you soon.